Welcome to a blueprint for breaking free from the ordinary. What if the secret to unlimited success wasn't talent or luck, but something accessible to everyone? Imagine two people starting at the same point in life, with similar backgrounds and potential. One rises to the top, achieving success beyond imagination, breaking barriers, mastering skills, and continuously adapting. The other stays stuck, fighting the same battles, working hard but falling behind. What was the difference? One person kept learning, while the other stopped. This is the brutal truth most people refuse to accept. The second you stop learning, you start losing. The moment you believe you've made it and no longer need to grow, the world starts passing you by. The fact that you're here, listening to this, already puts you ahead of the masses. You've made a decision that most people never make. You've decided to take control of your own growth, and that decision alone has the power to change the entire trajectory of your life. Are you ready to stop coasting and start growing? Are you ready to break free from the herd and think like the 1%? Are you ready to transform your future? Let's begin. Rule 1. Make learning your lifelong foundation. If you want to change your life, learning is the single most important thing that can do it. It's not luck, it's not talent, and it's definitely not waiting for the right moment. Learning every single day makes all the difference. Your level of education determines your level of success. It's not magic, it's knowledge. The more you know, the more you can do. The more you can do, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more success you can create for yourself. If you want to achieve more, you have to learn more. Success is not a mystery, it's a process, and that process starts with education. The better you educate yourself, the more successful you will become. When we talk about education here, we're not just talking about school. We're talking about self-education. The kind of learning that never stops. Because if you stop learning, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you start falling behind. The world keeps moving, opportunities keep shifting, and if you're not improving, you're losing ground. That's why you have to take responsibility for your own education. You don't have to wait for permission or for someone to teach you. You can start educating yourself today. It has never been easier to learn than it is right now. Learning every day makes you smarter and stronger. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you use it and feed it, the sharper and stronger it becomes. Just as your body needs nourishment to thrive, so does your mind. And knowledge is the food that fuels your brain. Without it, your growth, potential, and ability to succeed will be stunted. You can't expect to thrive in life if you're feeding your mind with negativity, ignorance, or outdated ideas. To succeed, you have to feed your mind with positive, empowering, and uplifting knowledge. Make it a habit to feed your mind every day. Even 15 minutes a day of reading or learning something new can make a huge difference. Daily learning gives you an edge, sets you apart, and opens doors that would otherwise stay closed. It sharpens your thinking, improves your decision-making, and helps you become a better version of yourself. Every time you learn, you add to your ability to solve problems, make better choices, and create new opportunities. Life rewards those who are prepared, and learning is what prepares you. A better life starts with better knowledge. The way you think, make decisions, and handle challenges all depend on what you know. You can't expect new results with the same old thinking. Knowledge gives you power, the power to make smarter choices, solve problems faster, and see opportunities others miss. The world rewards people who know more, think sharper, and understand how things work. The more knowledge you gain, the better decisions you'll make. Knowledge gives you the clarity, confidence, and understanding to make decisions that propel you forward. The choices you make today will shape your future, and better decisions lead to a better future. When you're well informed, you're in a position to make choices that align with your goals, values, and vision. The right knowledge can solve any problem. Every challenge has a solution, and often the reason people struggle is a lack of knowledge. Knowledge empowers you to find solutions, understand root causes, and gives you options. It can also help prevent problems from becoming bigger problems. When you understand something deeply, you're no longer intimidated by it. When you grow your mind, you grow your life. The way you think shapes the way you live. Investing in expanding your mind creates the foundation for growth in every other area of your life. Growing your mind isn't just about gathering information. It's about improving how you process information, analyze situations, and make better decisions. When you grow your mind, you start to see life differently. Problems no longer feel like roadblocks. They become challenges you can overcome. Success is not reserved for those with the most talent or connections. It's for those who are constantly evolving, growing, and expanding their minds. Learning is the backbone of success. Success comes to those who keep learning. When you make the decision to keep learning, something incredible happens. Life starts to open up and reward you. Learning is an investment that always gives back. As you grow your knowledge, you grow your potential. And with that comes the rewards of life. Knowledge shows up in your life and shapes your tomorrow. Rule 2. Master the power of small, consistent actions. While most people think success comes from bursts of motivation or grand efforts, the real secret to achieving anything meaningful is small, daily actions performed consistently over time. That's the game changer. Lasting success isn't built on rare moments of inspiration. It's built on the small, seemingly insignificant actions you take each day. Those daily choices compound over time and create results you could never have imagined. The power of small habits is that they don't require a huge time investment or a massive burst of motivation. They are sustainable and realistic. Over time, you'll realize these tiny everyday actions add up to something extraordinary. Think about reading just 10 pages a day. In a year, that's over 3,600 pages, the equivalent of several books. This principle applies to every area of life. The 1% rule states that if you improve by just 1% every single day, the results over time will be exponential. That tiny effort, that small push, that slight improvement, it compounds. After 1 year, a person improving by 1% daily will be 37 times better than when they started. Building a new habit isn't easy, but it's simpler than most people think. The secret is understanding that habits are built in the small moments. Here's how to build habits that last. Start small. Focus on one tiny action you can do every day. Make it so small it's impossible to fail, e.g., read 1 page, 5 push-ups. Set a specific time and place. This creates a routine and signals your brain. Be consistent. The more often you repeat the action, the stronger the neural connections become. Eventually, the habit will become automatic. Track your progress. Use a tracker to reinforce the habit and stay on track. Seeing your streak grow becomes motivation. Be patient. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Habits take time. Reward yourself. Reinforce the behavior when you complete the habit. Attach new habits to existing ones. Link a new habit to something you already do, e.g., read after brushing teeth. Use the 2-day rule. Never let yourself skip 2 days in a row. Missing 1 day is fine, but if you miss 2, you're building a new habit of quitting. Most people fail because they try to change overnight using sheer willpower, but willpower is like a battery. It drains quickly. The key is to make habits so easy, they feel effortless. Success isn't about having a big burst of motivation one day. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. The power of consistency will carry you further than any single moment of inspiration ever could. The people who achieve the most in life aren't the ones who work the hardest for a short period. They're the ones who show up every day, no matter what. Relentless consistency, not for a few weeks or years, but for life, is what allows the top 1% to stay ahead. Rule 3. Build an unshakable mindset and execute relentlessly. The real difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is how they think about learning and how they apply that thinking. Most people believe education ends with a diploma, but that's where real education begins. You need the right mindset. Adopt a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe abilities are set, while those with a growth mindset understand skills and intelligence can be developed through effort and persistence. Replace "I'm not good at this" with "I'm not good at this yet." That small change rewires your brain to see learning as a process. Embrace curiosity as a superpower. Curiosity drives people to ask why and what if, pushing them to experiment, explore, and question the status quo. The most successful people in the world never stop being curious, never stop asking questions or being fascinated by new ideas. Overcome the fear of failure. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable, but because they're too afraid to try. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the process of success. Every expert was once a beginner. Learn from mistakes, and they become lessons, not failures. The moment you stop fearing failure, you become unstoppable. Self-discipline is more reliable than motivation. Motivation is fleeting and inconsistent, while discipline is permanent. Self-discipline is the ability to show up and keep going despite how you feel. It's a muscle you build through practice. Discipline is about overriding short-term desires for long-term gains. You can rewire your brain to favor discipline over instant gratification. Eliminate the habit of justifying laziness with excuses. The most disciplined people have a no-excuse rule. They don't allow themselves to negotiate with laziness. Don't think, just do. The longer you debate whether to take action, the more likely you are to procrastinate. Understand the difference between the pain of regret and the pain of discipline. The pain of regret is deep and long-lasting. The pain of discipline, temporary discomfort, is short-lived and leads to something greater. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you move one step closer to the life you want. Relentless execution is key to results. It's the one thing that actually creates results, not just thinking about working hard or endless learning loops. The people who achieve insane levels of success take massive, relentless action. They don't waste time. They don't overthink. They don't wait until everything is perfect. Avoid the traps that keep you in action. The learning loop. Endless consumption without action. Stop consuming. Start executing. The perfectionist delay, waiting for perfect. Perfect is the enemy of done. The distraction addiction, letting focus be hijacked. You can't achieve anything meaningful if you don't control your focus. The only real learning happens through action. The most successful people have mastered the ability to focus on what truly matters. Multitasking is a productivity killer. Train yourself to single task. Eliminate digital distractions by turning off notifications and using focused work blocks. Master deep work, the ability to focus without distraction. Develop the power of saying no to distractions and things that don't serve you. Develop a relentless execution system. Ruthless prioritization, 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of actions that generate 80% of results. Eliminate or delegate everything else. No 0 days. Rule, never let a day go by without making progress. Even 10 minutes is progress. Time blocking domination. Schedule your work like an unbreakable appointment. If you don't schedule execution, it won't happen. 2-minute rule. Start a task by committing to just 2 minutes to overcome resistance. Action creates momentum. Win the morning routine. Use your first hour to work on your most important task before checking distractions. Start strong and execution becomes effortless. Develop mental toughness. The reason most people fail is that they are mentally weak and crumble when things get hard. Mental toughness is built, not born. It's about thriving under pressure, handling pain without complaining, controlling your thoughts, putting yourself in difficult situations on purpose, and developing an unshakable self-identity. Your feelings don't matter. Success doesn't care if you're tired or scared. The only thing that matters is what you do despite those feelings. The pursuit of mastery requires a relentless, obsessive process. Mastery isn't easy. It's boring, repetitive, frustrating work that requires years of intense focus. You earn it through relentless execution. Mastery is a choice. The Mastery Framework. Pick your obsession and go all in. Focus on mastering one thing. Master the fundamentals. Drill the basics until they become second nature. Create an insane training routine and stick to it. Deliberate practice, repetition, brutal feedback. Build relentless discipline and never stop improving. Adopt a lifelong mindset of improvement. Never become complacent. The ultra-successful think in terms of leverage, doing more with less using systems, tools, people, rather than just hard work. They make decisions based on logic, not emotion. They play the long game and master delayed gratification, while most people chase short-term wins. Every decision you make should be based on where you want to be 5 or 10 years from now. To stay ahead of 99% of people for life, adopt the forever student mindset and avoid complacency. Never stop learning, evolving, or challenging yourself. Don't rely on yesterday's success. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Ultimately, success is not just a goal you achieve. It's a lifestyle. It's about who you are becoming every single day. When you grow your mind, you grow your life. When you commit to learning, life will begin to reward you. Keep learning, keep growing, and you'll always be one step ahead. Your success is waiting for you to claim it. The more you learn, the closer you get to the life you've always dreamed of. You now have the blueprint. You understand the rules. The difference between the 1% and everyone else isn't that they were born special. It's that they've learned the mental frameworks that allow them to dominate. The choice is yours. Will you take action today, or will you stay stuck? Your future depends on it. The greatest never stop. Neither should you. Now go become unstoppable.